Hey, everybody. Today we're talking about creating content that your potential clients want. And it's so important that you know how to do this because otherwise you're wasting your time and your energy creating content that nobody's listening to, or you're putting things out that are attracting the wrong people, which will not turn into clients. So many of my clients and students have said to me, I write my content, I'm consistent with it, but it doesn't bring me clients. And that's because you're not creating the content that drives people towards your programs and positions you as the expert. That's what we're talking about today. Stick around. You're listening to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast.
Welcome to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast. And now your host, Meliss Jakubovic.
When it comes to creating content, there are so many different things you can do, so many different directions you can take, so many different strategies you can follow. In fact, if you go to my marketingtipswithmeliss.com podcast page, in the search bar, you could put in the word content. And I've done so many different episodes around content. But today, I want to specifically talk about nailing down your message, because that's really what it comes down to. If you're posting content and your message isn't getting across, then that is step one in attracting the right people to you. And if you're doing this wrong, you're either attracting the wrong people to you or you're not attracting anybody to you, and then you're not getting any clients from your content. Content marketing is a really strong, powerful way to attract people to you, to bring clients towards you, to grow your audience, to have people talking about you and your programs and services. And so if you get this wrong, you're just throwing your energy away. So we want to talk about nailing down your message, because once your message is clear, people are going to start to connect with you. They're going to start to want to hear more from you. They're going to start to understand you on a deeper level. So nailing your message is the difference between content that grabs the attention of your dream prospects and hearing crickets on all of your posts. Now, the number one reason why content doesn't convert is because of the messaging. So the first thing you have to do is talk about one offer. If you're talking about the 5 different businesses that you own, or you're talking about the 10 different programs and options that you have to help people with, you're confusing them. So talk about one offer and talk about that consistently. And you want to position yourself as an expert by knowing what you stand for and what you stand against. So we're letting people learn about us on a deeper level. However, while you're attracting people towards you, let me make you aware that you will be pushing people away. That's polarizing, and it's okay. That's actually what you want. You can't serve everybody, so let's be really specific on who we serve, so those people that we don't serve look the other way. And you want to support a message that is important to you long term, not just a trend right now going on. Because if you're only focused on what's going on right now, you're only going to be around for right now. But if you want to be around long term, you need to talk about things that really support your long-term vision, goals, beliefs, ideals. And you want to be concise. Content that goes on forever and forever and forever, people don't read it. We don't have time for that anymore. That's why I like to put emojis in it, so that splits up the space that our eyes looking around at things. But just be concise. Clear and concise. And you want to choose something that you're very passionate about, because if you're choosing something that you're not passionate about, you're going to run out of ideas really quickly, and you're going to sit down and dread writing content. But if you're writing content about things that energize you and get you really jazzed up, you're going to want to keep writing it, and you're going to have more and more things to say. So to nail down your message, you first need to ask yourself what? What would you want people to remember you for? Another way to think of this is to say, what do you want to be known for? What do you want your legacy to be? How do you want people to remember you? Then we ask why. Why do you want this to be your message? Why is this message important in the first place? And why is it important to not just you, but to the whole world? And then we ask ourselves who? Who do you want to help? And this is your niche. Who do you want to help? Do you want to help everybody? Because that's not going to nail down your message. Do you want to help just a specific subsegment of the market? That's what we're going towards. So you're not helping parents. Maybe you're helping moms. Maybe you're helping parents of teenagers. Maybe you're helping adoptive parents. Maybe you're helping parents who are trying to conceive. Maybe you're helping parents of children with disabilities. Maybe you're helping newborn parents. Those are all subsegments of the market parents. So get really, really specific there. And then how will your message help those people specifically? Those are some things I want you to ponder. You can also pause this and go back and actually do this. Then you need to connect. So how are you going to connect? You have to connect by sharing a little bit of yourself. And when you share a little bit of yourself, people say, oh, I have that too. I call that the Me Too factor. So you need to create a library of content that you can always pull from. And people will connect with you from those little pieces of your life and your experience. And that will be a very deep connection. That's how you build relationships. I'm inviting you to join Marketing with Intention, the only program focused on helping healers and coaches just like you get consistent leads to fill your calendar with no ad spend. This is my hands-on coaching experience to enhance your marketing and increase your income. Let's get you more clients. In Marketing with Intention, you'll have the strategy, systems, and support to see massive results from me and my top coaches with opportunities to get help every single day. Join us at marketingwithintention.com. So what you could do is you could ask some questions of yourself that you would ask if you were writing a biography. And I'll give you some categories. And when you ask these questions to yourself, I want you to record yourself answering them and go really in depth, like you are being interviewed for a famous TV show and you just spill your guts or spill the beans or spill the tea, whatever you spill nowadays, and just talk about it and be really, really transparent. Then once you've videoed it, you can transcribe this. So now you have a video version, you have an audio version that you can pull from the video, you have a written version that you've transcribed, and that's your content library. Now, you don't have to use everything, but you can pull out a sentence here or two or a little story that you told. And these stories need to relate to your message. So incorporate them into your message, and this will become your content library. And then whenever you're having trouble figuring out what should I write about that my clients actually care about, and it will come from here because you're showing your true self. So some categories are your early childhood. It could be what's happened to you in middle school or in high school. Maybe if you went to college, what was that experience like? Or maybe you met a certain person or you had a conversation with a professor or a friend. Some sort of situation happened, an experience that's memorable. Maybe if you've been in the military, you can talk about a time about that. Or if you've had a career before going into your business, you can speak on that. Talk about who your influences were. Where did they come from? Was it from a book that you read? Was it from somebody that taught you? Was it from someone in your life? You can talk about your family. What does family mean to you? Who's closest in your family and why? You could talk about love. Love for yourself, love for your family, love for the things that you do, love at first sight, anything like that. You can talk about your politics or how history has affected you. Now, this is definitely going to be polarizing, so it will attract people who think similarly to you, and it will definitely repel people away. I prefer not to involve politics, religion, or any other topics in my content, but that's my personal opinion. That's my personal option. So you've got to do what feels good to you. Now, I do have a political opinion. I just don't include it in my business. But I know there are plenty of people who that is extremely important for them to include in their business, and they won't work with anyone who doesn't have their political views. So that's up to you. But again, that's the idea of polarizing content. You need to speak your beliefs and the reasoning behind your beliefs to attract more people who believe the same as you. And you can talk about memories that you've had. You can talk about things that were really important for you. You could talk about your hopes and your fears and your dreams. All of these are ideas that are going to connect you with your potential client. Now, of course, we want to weave in some of what it is that you do with your signature offer, but we want to know you on a deeper level, because when you're building a personal brand, we want to know the person behind the brand. So if you're just writing content that has nothing to do with your life, it's going to be really hard for people to find commonality with you and connect. So this is what I want you to try and see how it goes. And ask questions at the end of your content so that people can respond to what it is you put out there, and then have conversations with them in the comments and take it over into the DMs. Okay, I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast at www.marketingtipswithmeliss.com.
Oh wait, before you go, I've got a super special invitation for you, so listen up. Join thousands of spiritual women, entrepreneurs, coaches, healers, and business owners in a cozy community to learn effective and aligned strategies to grow and scale your business through organic marketing and so much more. And for a limited time, when you join my free community, you will also get a free copy of my book, Abundance of Aligned Clients and Consistent Income. Join the Spiritual Women Entrepreneurs community at spiritualwomenentrepreneurs.com to claim all your free gifts. See you on the inside.